Now let's take a look at using the z-scale or standardized normal distribution to actually solve a problem using our formula to get z. So here is our formula. Z is equal to the value of x, which is the value we're trying to find, minus the mean, which is denoted by mu, divided by the standard deviation. Okay, so here's the problem we have. A gas station owner has 1,100 gallons in his tank, and he won't get another fuel delivery until after he closes for business. His daily sales of gasoline have a mean of 1,000 gallons with a standard deviation of 100 gallons. He wants to know what is the probability that he will have enough gas to meet today's demand. So the first thing we do is actually pull the numbers out and what it is we're looking for. Well, we know that x is going to equal 1,100 because that's the amount in question. And mu is 1,000, which is our average, and sigma, our standard deviation, is 100. The next thing we'll do is actually put this onto a graph. And a couple things I want to notice here. So I've labeled, here's our average and our standard deviation, put them up there for reference. And you notice on the bottom here, we actually have the x scale. These are the values we are actually working with. 1,000 gallons is our average, so it goes in the center. 100 is our standard deviation, so I simply added it 1, 2, 3 times to get 3 standard deviations and subtracted it 1, 2, 3 times to get my standard deviations below the mean. Now up top we have the z-scale, or the standardized scale, which of course always has a mean of 0 and a standard deviation of 1. So what we'd like to do is use this to figure out the amount we're looking for. Well, he has 1,100 gallons in his tank. So if he sells 1,100 gallons or less during the day, he will have enough to meet demand. So what we're really interested is all of the probabilities to the left or below 1,100 gallons. I've kind of filled it in here and scribbled it in. And this is what we want, and this, conveniently, is what our z values give us. In other words, they always give us a cumulative probability up to that amount. So what we will do is we will take our value of x, and we will put that into our formula. So here's our formula. We'll put the x value, the one we have in question, 1,100 gallons, minus the mean, which is 1,000 gallons, divided by the standard deviation, which is 100 gallons. And when we work this through mathematically, we get a value of 1. Now we take that to our z-chart. Here's a partial z-chart. And we're looking for 1.00 because z values always have 3 numbers. They always have 2 decimal places. So the first thing we do is look on the left-hand side for 1.0. Then we look on the top for the other 0. Then we find the amount that corresponds to those two meeting, which is 0.8413 or 84.13%. And so back to our gas station, and we can tell the owner there is an 84.13% probability that he will have enough gas to fill demand today. In our next video, we'll look at how to handle a situation if you have a question about the x value being greater